Now, just like any other business, starting up a farm is equally a daunting challenge to a lot of people out there. Sometimes people start without even doing enough research on that particular thing that they are going to do. In this particular video, I'm going to discuss with you some of the mistakes that I personally made, that I personally did, that I think nobody else out there should actually do. Now, we come up with these videos not for any reason, but to help a lot of farmers out there, most especially those that are intending to join the farming enterprise. Like I said, like I've always said actually, that farming is lucrative only when you make calculated moves. You don't just come because you heard Dennis Duke talk about it as being lucrative and you just, collect all your money, collect all your savings. Some of you are even leaving your jobs to join farming. Now, that's a different topic for another day. But today I want us to understand the kind of mistakes that people shouldn't really be making, some of which I actually made myself. So I'm speaking from experience, not from anybody else. But if you're new here, please ensure that you subscribe. Don't forget to go and support us at Sungura House Bukoto. It's a restaurant that we started as the Duke's Farm, and we are doing quite a lot in terms of adding value to the rabbit sector. This is by, of course, selling rabbit meat. We also have chicken, we also have goat, we also have fish, we have the best pizzas around town. So please go around and make it a point to eat some food. We are located along Bukoto Chisasi Road, just after the traffic lights as you're heading to Bukoto, like 50 meters away. You can call us on the numbers on the screen and come and enjoy. We also do deliveries. You can host your parties. Bring your friends so that you support a farmer today. Let's go into a short break before we go into our discussion tonight. So, number one mistake that I made as a person is not to do enough research. Now, enough research in regards to the things that I really wanted to do. Now, how did this affect me as a person? Of course, it made me lose a lot of money. Now, like I told you in the beginning, that we share these testimonies, we share these videos so that we help you not to burn your hard-earned money. I know sometimes it's because of excitement that we want to do this and do that, but the things I'm going to discuss in this particular video will shock you. So I did not do enough research, and this meant that I was literally entering into everything. I was just doing it my way, save for a few that I got experts here and there. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I made was to fence off my land. In fact, before we go there, the first mistake I made was to buy land expensively. Ladies and gentlemen, I bought land that was about 50 million an acre. Now, somebody will argue, but my farm is located in Mukono. Now, for those of you who are in Uganda, Mukono is quite expensive. I bought the 2 acres, each at 50 million. Now, right now, that's a mistake I can never make. I can never do that. The money that I got to buy this land, I could have used it to buy land elsewhere. I could have probably went to Luero and bought like 10 acres or 15 acres, or we went to Ginger and bought 20 acres using that same money. Now, somebody will argue and say, oh, of course, there is this and that. Yes, truth be told, there's convenience. When it comes to every time I want to run to the farm, it becomes very easy and very cheap for me. Like in a minute, in a few minutes, like 30, I'm already at the farm. Yes, the convenience is there. But you look at the business sense. Do I make money in terms of like a lot that I could have made with 10 acres? Definitely not. Of course, I know that somebody could have 100 acres, but they're not maximizing it to the very best. But I mean, if I had 10 acres, trust me, I would maximize it to the very best to ensure that I get the best out of it. That is number one mistake that I did. So in case you're looking for land, sometimes it becomes very uncomfortable and a little bit, again, when you want good land for farming, it does not come very close. You have to move longer distances. You have to go, outside Kampala, at least around 50 or 60 or 80 kilometers away from the capital city of Uganda. Now, Mukono is about 35 to 30, between 30 to 36 kilometers away from the capital city, Kampala. So the prices are a little bit exorbitant. And for those of you who know Katosi Road, you know what I'm talking about. The second mistake that I made was to fence off my entire 2 acres. Now, I didn't need to do that. All I needed was to just fence off maybe a 50 or 100 by 100 where I was going to keep the most valuable things at the farm. The rest of the space that I'm actually using for grazing, I should not have done, or even if I had chosen to do the fencing, I should have chosen the cheapest mode of fencing. Now, you realize that chain link, for those of you who have fenced land before, chain link is quite expensive in Uganda. Then you put on the concrete poles. It was quite a lot. In fact, the whole fencing took about 16 to 18 million Uganda shillings. Now, that money could have helped me to do something else in terms of investing in the business. Remember, the things that I'm talking about, these are enablers of the business, but they are not the actual business. So these enablers could wait. These enablers could get substitutes to fit in to actually work as enablers. You understand? I could have chosen barbed wire and then planted maybe lukoni or planted apple, thorns, those amagwa, those thorns that can be planted. In fact, even right now as I'm setting up farms for different people, those are the cheapest options I want them to take, not to take the chain link. Now, you can only take the chain link if you have money. I mean, there are people, I don't know where you guys get your money. For me, I'm a hustler. I get money through, hard work, I've done a lot of work to get that simple money that I be investing. So getting that hard-earned money and just waste, for me, that was wastage. As much as, of course, it offered me security, I could have chosen other security measures as opposed to actually doing that. But if you have the money, well, no problem. Go out there and build a chain link, fence off the entire land. In fact, I've seen people even fence off 100 acres of chain link, and I'm like, where do people get money? But I'm speaking to people that are about to leave their jobs. They have limited capital, they're on a budget, and they want to invest in farming. Ladies and gentlemen, investing in farming is not easy, most especially when you choose to go commercial and you choose to take it as a business. When you choose to take it as a business, it means you're going to invest money. Now, that money sometimes doesn't come that easy. So another thing that I also realized that I made was to build a big structure for the workers. Now, yes, building the structure for the workers is good because they need somewhere or a shelter to actually stay in. But I built a very big one. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 3 rooms. This whole entire section took me about 15 million just for it to get done because the rooms are really wide. It is good. I needed something bigger. But I could have chosen to just do 1 room and use that money into another venture and that venture to build me a house. I don't know if you get the logic. I don't know if you're clicking. Okay? So that was also another mistake that I actually made. Now, when it came to the actual business, which was, of course, building of the rabbit farm, when I was starting my rabbit farm, I got people that were not, qualified to actually build cages. As I speak right now, we are in the process of replacing our cages because the people that I brought to build them did not construct them to the expected standards. So right now what I'm trying to do is to build them because now I have learned personally. I actually do cage construction. Personally, I build cages. So now I know that a right cage should have these dimensions, a right cage should be built this way, a right cage should be built this way. Now, but remember, all these things that I'm talking about have taken a lot of money. We've invested money in buying of the material. I've invested money in paying of the labor, the people that were offering the labor to construct the cages. And that money is all gone, is all lost. It can never be recovered, But I mean, if I had made enough research to build cages in the standards that they are supposed to be built, maybe some of these mistakes would have been avoided and perhaps served me a longer period of time and avoid going into repairs like now I am going to do the repairs. In fact, I'm not even going to do the repairs. I'm going to dismantle everything and construct better cages so that they give me the best that I want out of them. Another important aspect that I also didn't look at was the aspect of security. Now, I will be coming here with a much more detailed video talking about the security of farms. But how did it go? How did it affect us as a farm? I have had things get stolen at the farm. I did not mind about the security initially because I thought, well, we're in a remote village really. There shouldn't be much of insecurity issues, but trust me, the kind of insecurity I've faced here, I have so far twice lost my pump, the one that actually I showed you in a video that helped us pump water at the farm. Now, I didn't take that as a serious thing because if I had taken, I would have invested in cameras, I would have invested in a security person to keep at night so that we don't have security. Of course, right now I'm learning on the job. I'm trying to see how best can I mitigate that from happening, but it has affected me, it has affected us big time. I don't know if the guys that I hire are the ones that are conspiring with other people to steal from the farm, or we actually have intruders that have mastered that, hey, these guys, I think they have this, they have that, so let me go and do it and steal. But nonetheless, days of a thief in Uganda are 40. I don't know about elsewhere. One day we shall get that person and they will pay exactly how much they've stolen from us at the Duke's farm. Another thing that I also did was not to hire people that had trained or had prior experience in regards to the things that I was doing. Now, let me tell you, sometimes it becomes hard. I mean, paying off expensively these people that come, the laborers, but you can get the casual laborers from the villages where we usually get them from. Of course, we want to gain from cheap labor, but you also need to know, most especially those that are doing some growing of crops, you need an agronomist. These agronomists, these people that have been to veterinary schools, have class knowledge. When they come into your farm, they are now going to practice something like that, something that they studied in school. Now, this helps you as a farmer, but also as an entrepreneur. Remember, like I told you, if you choose to go into farming, you're going to invest your hard-earned money, so you don't really want to lose it out. Now, what does it affect you to pay 400,000 Uganda shillings or 500,000 Uganda shillings monthly for somebody that is making you money at the end of the day? Make sure that they are good at whatever they do before you hire them, okay? But try as much. If you cannot hire somebody trained, get your workers, take them to a reputable person that is actually going to train them so that they become better at whatever kind of thing you've chosen to do at the farm. Ladies and gentlemen, there's quite a lot that I did. I also invested in a very expensive water system. I do not say that the water system has not helped us big time. It has. But I mean, I could have chosen cheaper ways, cheaper means of actually investing in the water source to give us relatively good water or enough water for us to be able to run our farm or be able to use it at the farm. Now, these are some of the smallest mistakes that I've been able to actually get off head. When I get more, I'll definitely be here to share with you. Remember to follow me on X. Ladies and gentlemen, don't not forget to follow me on X. X is formerly Twitter. Go to Twitter, type at DennisDukeUG and follow me so that we keep growing the fan base, so that I keep giving you as much information as you wish. Until then, it's a goodbye from me. My name is Dennis Duke Onyala. A reminder, go to Sungura House and eat delicious meals. Until then, ciao. See you in another video.